G'day, I'm Tim.
And I'm Zen.
And we're here from IPS Buyers Agents. We're talking about a property we bought late last year for some first home buyers. And we're going to just start down here. As you see behind us down the back there, there's the Maroochydore swimming pool. There's also the Maroochydore River. And then I'm just going to rotate around here. You can see that there's the bowls club, tennis courts, and a few other bits and pieces and amenities. And we're going to talk about this one that we got for some first home buyers. So the first home buyers moving from Brisbane up to the Sunshine Coast, and their brief was they needed to be within about 30 minutes of the Sunshine Coast University Hospital because of the study that they were one of them was doing, and they needed to be there for the driving distance, etc. And they were looking for something, and we needed to keep it ideally 950,000 and under, and they wanted to be within walking distance of the beach. They needed something that was 2-bedroom, ideally if it had 2 bathroom, but at least a second toilet. And I ended up finding this cracking townhouse that we're about to walk past now. My colleague Zen, because I had to go out and do some other inspections for a few other properties, actually attended this one.
Right, so coming out on the day, it was, as you could see, as we're walking past with the traffic conditions and the usual busyness that attributes to anywhere around Maroochydore region. Met the agents at the front door, a lovely pair of people, and we hit it off quite well immediately. I recognised that one of them was quite a local. I grew up on the Sunshine Coast region, so we hit it off immediately. Taking a tour through the house, it was presenting in really nice condition. It was very, very fair for its age. Typical beachside apartment slash unit that had, it was healthy in its structure, minus the ordinary attribution to being near the water. So just a little bit of slight moisture damage observed on the outsides, but it is strata and body corporate, so those things are always encompassed in the actual management of the property.
That was the property back there. Zen did an amazing job with building rapport with the agent, and we put forward an aggressive offer at $895, and at the Building and Pest, the agent showed me that if she had just waited an extra week, she would have got a sight unseen offer out of Sydney for $970. But because of that speed, the hard work that my colleague Zian did to get us that property, we were able to secure it for our client, which they were absolutely over the moon. And they're loving it here. They're loving the lifestyle. We're actually going to walk down, show you what the main street looks like from where they are, and you'll see that it's a nice leisurely walk. We'll also show you roughly where the council library and other amenities in the local area are, as well as head down to the beach so you can see that lifestyle. So you can see not a huge amount of noise or volume or anything like that. Plenty of parking on the street. It is a very touristy part of town that we're in here, and there are a few high rises. This is where my wife and I, when we come to the Sunshine Coast, if we're not staying up at Coolum, we stay here at Cotton Tree. Have you got any?
Yeah, if you are a local around here, you understand the importance of Maroochydore. I grew up on Coolum Beach, which is only a short 15-20 minute drive north. Further than that, you've got Noosa, probably within 30 to 45 minutes, depending on the traffic of the day. You've got beaches. It's just a coastline. It's a swimming town. It's an area that everybody would centralise around as the CBD of the region. Everything is building around Maroochydore, which means that the property values are only going up, and they're only going to continue to go up as the land gets more and more short in supply. Basically, you've run out of options. If you haven't already got a place at the beach, you're going to be fighting for it for the near future, because we're not going to invent any more of that. And you just get the lifestyle that comes from living on the coast. You've got plenty of places to eat. You've got a nightlife on Ocean Street. You've got Mooloolaba just south beneath you. That's got some public attractions like the aquarium, the wharf, and everything that goes with the frontage there. And it's just a place where you want to be, where if you're going to retire or if you're going to live or raise a family, it ticks the boxes in every way.
The Maroochydore CBD is actually getting developed at the moment, and latest figures and numbers for that is around about $6 billion that they're spending on there. There's a massive data centre that's actually getting built in Maroochydore as well, and that data centre is to connect into Australia's third underwater sea cable for the internet. So first one coming in down there at Sydney, second one coming in there at Melbourne, and the third one, which now connects Queensland to the outside world, comes in at Coolum Beach. So the economic development that's going to come on the back of that is going to be next level. The lifestyle factor up here is next level as well, and you're going to see the Sunshine Coast region as a whole develop more from that sleepy coastal town, as that loud bus rips past me right there, to more of a coastal town, tourism / CBD satellite city of Brisbane in its own right. Have you got any further?
Yeah. I mean, come here if you like the beach. The swimming's good. They hold surf competitions around here. Just about every street you can look and see that there's paddleboard hire, small boat hire, plenty of fishing to be had. Have caught tuna out here. You might not think it, but you get the right bait balls on the right season. You just take the tinny out, pass the chop, and you can be pulling big fish out of the water if you're lucky. Sit down at the surf club. Every town is going to have one. Watch the water as you have your lunch. See the wildlife. You'll see whales crossing through here. You'll see dolphin pods. It's just a place to be. And if you like snorkeling, there's quite a few shipwrecks out off the coast. You'll be able to catch some nice shark grounds and have a good swim.
The other thing too, while we're walking down here to show you where the beach is and we're having a bit of a leisurely stroll, I want to talk briefly in regards to, well, actually, on a quick little side note, that tower there is where my wife and I are going to be holidaying with our 2 kids next week. So when I say we're local and we enjoy the area, we are local and we enjoy the area, and we love holidaying up here. Now, in regards to the channel itself, you're going to see more of Zian and myself doing talks and information. We're going to be talking all things property. I'm going to be talking a little bit about mortgage brokering. I'm also going to be bringing on some mortgage brokering experts that are part of my team, as well as some external guys that I know, like and trust as well, that I want to give a huge shout out to. We're also going to have some property managers on the Investment Lounge Australia coming up, and we're also going to have some financial planners and accountants. We're going to be talking everything wealth creation. So with the financial planners, we're going to be having them talk as much as they can legally without causing any dramas in regards to super funds, self-managed super funds, and what that investing piece looks like, and the fact that they can do more than just super. They can actually help you with managed funds and portfolios and other bits and pieces. We're also going to have property managers on there, and they're going to be talking everything in relation to investment properties and what you should be doing as a landlord. And they'll also be giving some tips and pointers to tenants out there so that you can actually secure rentals a lot easier. We're going to have mortgage brokers, and they're going to be on talking about home loan and lending and what that piece looks like, making life easier so you can get a better understanding. We'll also talk about debt recycling, where you can pay down your debt, redraw those funds, split it out as a separate loan, and then use those funds to invest into shares in the stock market. So we'll have an accountant on in regards to that, talking about that sort of debt recycling and what that picture looks like. So basically what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to do a great job of educating the masses in relation to property and all things wealth creation. So Zian and I are buyer's agents. We love property. The locals are screaming out, which is great. We love everything about property, but we also love helping Australians build wealth.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we are a boutique agency. We work hard because we want to. The beauty about this job is that we can judge a case by case. Everybody comes in with a different life situation. Everybody's got a different goal to achieve, and we are able to help them achieve what might be, for most people, the biggest decision they make financially in their lives. So when it comes down to helping out the average Australian, we want everyone to own homes. We want everyone to get a home for the fair value that it is worth. And we do what we can to help you achieve that. So you've got the money that can go to the more important things after that, being your family, your kids, your holidays, just keeping it in the pocket where it belongs.
See, the other thing too that I forgot to mention is Zian did an amazing job on that property back there with engaging with those agents that actually led us to the opportunity of securing a Bli investment property for a client, which was off market. So we were able to secure an absolute cracking property because of the hard work Zian did in building that rapport and relationship with the client. And without that access, we would never have known about it.
Yeah, I say turn the camera around and show them what they're missing.
This is what you guys are missing right now.